for the next few minutes Russell Edwards on with us. Russell Edwards running as a Democrat in the 10th Congressional District. We were talking earlier about the upcoming Athens Press Club debates. You read the op-ed in the Athens Banner-Herald yesterday calling on the congressman to show up and debate one evening, either Sunday or Monday of next week. We're thinking it's not going to happen. Russell Edwards would like it to happen. Russell Edwards, first of all, thanks for joining us this morning.
Always a pleasure to be with you, Tim.
You know, to play devil's advocate here, why would the congressman debate you? I mean, you know, you're a Democrat in a Republican district in a Republican state in what looks to be a Republican year. You're a law student. This guy is an incumbent congressman. I haven't seen any polling on this, but if it were out there, it would probably show me that he has a substantial lead. Conventional wisdom holds that you don't elevate a challenger in that situation. Now, you do what most incumbents do. You come down with incumbent's disease, and you come down with some scheduling conflict that keeps you from putting yourself on a stage with this guy. Why would you expect him to debate you?
Well, I don't expect him to debate me, Tim. I think that we put together the most viable challenge to unseat an incumbent in Georgia. And, you know, to your point on a Republican district, I would just argue that every time Michael Thurman, Thurber Baker, and Tommy Irvin have run for statewide office, they've carried this district. And we've got proud Democrats serving throughout the district. I'm thinking of Willie Burns down in Washington, Georgia. We got Alan, his name slips my mind right now. Alan Powell, of course,
sure.
The Georgia Giant up there in northeast Georgia. So we got Democrats all over. But back to your point on the debate, you know, I think he should debate. This is democracy. This is the beauty of democracy. We should have an open discussion of the ideas on both parties, and then in the marketplace, the best idea gets rewarded. I think Paul is probably cognizant of the fact that I'm going to call him out on some pretty dangerous and unpopular stances that he's taken, and he doesn't want to face the public. I don't blame him for some of the things that he's said over the past couple of years since he's been serving us. Frankly, I think he's an embarrassment, and by answering tough questions on the record in public, it can only do him more damage. So I don't expect to see him anytime soon.
Congressional candidate Russell Edwards. One more thing on debates, and just because I don't know the answer to this, I mean, again, I'm assuming he's going to snub the Athens Press Club again, but Georgia Public Television typically has debates that feature congressional incumbents and their challengers. Right. Have you heard? Are you guys expecting that?
Well, due to their budget shortfall, GPD was unable to sponsor a debate for every congressional district this year for the first time since I know of. And so they decided they weren't going to host us. So they hosted 3 debates for 3 congressional districts, but due to lack of funding, they were unable to host any more.
Okay, and again, that would speak, Russell Edwards, congressional candidates, and I mean, I'm putting words in GPB's mouth here, but that would speak, I would think, to their assumption of the viability of various campaigns and races. They say, okay, this one, I don't know, Austin Scott and Jim Marshall, that looks like a competitive race. We'll get those guys up here. I mean, they're doing triage. Mm-hmm. They're saying that one's competitive, that one less so. In your case, they're saying your race is less competitive.
Well, that's that's the choice they made. I think that's the wrong choice. You know, they chose to host Georgia 12 with John Barrow, Ray McKinney. I mean, Ray McKinney doesn't have a shot. This is a self-funder, Tea Party guy who's got no support. On the other hand, we've raised quite a bit of money in this race. We're about to go up on the air with TV ads, and we have done some polling, and we found we pulled to within 10 points, well, about 36-48, after we tested the issues that, well, Paul Broun Jr. wants to abolish Social Security. He believes it's unconstitutional. And he also was the owner of the weakest bank in Georgia, ran it into the ground last spring and got a bailout by the federal government, $123 million. You know, if we can get that message out to the electorate, which is what we're working on every day, then there's a good chance we could pull off quite an upset in this district.
Russell Edwards, congressional candidate. Speaking of fundraising, and we've seen some of your numbers here. They were impressive for a first-time candidate, particularly a student candidate, a University of Georgia law student. You have a fundraising event this evening?
Yes, we do. And let me just say I am a graduate.
Okay.
I was a student when I declared, but I have since graduated. And you're right, we do have a benefit concert tonight at Last Call, 420 East Clayton Street. At 9 p.m., we're going to have Patterson Hood of the Drive-By Truckers, the Future Birds, Packway Handle Band, Boo Ray, and Matt McKinney of Incredible Sandwich. So we got quite a lineup tonight. We've got such strong support from the Athens arts community, and they're coming out in force tonight to really help us. So I'd encourage everybody to come out to Last Call, 420 East Clayton Street at 9 p.m. We'd love to have you.
And finally, that brings us back to the political aspect of this race, the demographics of this race. Frankly, I would expect you or any Democrat to do well in Athens. Bobby Saxon did 2 years ago. The incumbent to do much better in the other parts of the district. We've all seen that map now. Athens is the little blue spot surrounded by all the red and all the outlying counties. What do you do? I mean, you do have a base to build on in Athens. How do you expand that?
Well, frankly, Paul Broun Jr. has made quite a bit of enemies throughout the district. I mean, for example, in Toccoa, they've been working on getting the sewer line extended to an industrial park for years now. While Charlie Norwood was in office, he put the appropriations through, and Paul campaigned around town claiming he put his signature on the final allocation. Well, he went back on that promise, and the people of Toccoa have been hurting ever since, working hard to develop this industrial park. And they've been quite upset that Paul broke his promise to them and refuses to help them develop their infrastructure. Infrastructure projects like that deserve the support of our congressional representatives have gone unfunded ever since Paul's been in office. So he has drawn the ire of the political establishment in many of these small communities throughout the district. And we've seen an astounding amount of support from these folks, particularly, county commissioners, mayors, folks who want to help their communities draw private industry and create jobs. Paul's just not there helping them.
Russell Edwards, congressional candidate, Democrat, running in the 10th District. Best of luck in the election 20 days from today, and thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks so much, Tim. Always great to be with you.